Hello everybody, this is TheXseption, and welcome to the last battle of the P4G. Now I know I said last week was going to be the last battle, but this week I lost, okay, so let's go back another week. I lost to Pokemon, and Cykomore lost to Under the Radar. And we were talking on Discord, and he asked me, hey man, you want to have a third place match? So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'd never played Cykomore in the regular season, so being able to play somebody else and, have a good match is always something I'm down for, usually. So, anyways, I was like, yeah, let's do it. So this is a third place match. A match officially for third place. Unfortunately, that's the best we could do, so we're going to fight to the death for it. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and hop into the match. I want to go ahead and let you guys know, though, that I built this team about 2 weeks ago, and I played with it about a week ago, so my brain isn't fully on this, but I'm going to try to commentate it as best as possible, but there may be some things that I forgot why I did it, or, whatever. But let's go ahead and hop into the match. You guys can see the team that he's bringing, the team that I'm bringing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and lead off with Rotom. I figure it's the smartest thing to lead with. I know that he's probably going to want to lead with Klefki or with Mew. He leads with a Klefki. And right here, I go ahead and predict the light screen. I figured that was coming, so I go ahead and I go for the Will-O-Wisp. I didn't bring Toxic because I knew that if Klefki came, I wouldn't be able to hit it with a Toxic. But I brought the Will-O-Wisp. That way I could burn it and get some chip damage going. I know it's not a whole bunch, but it's better than nothing. And here I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump because I know Klefki can't touch me. And I know that he's burned. He's just going to take some chip damage. Go for the Hydro Pump. It's going to hit that Lantern, alright, that he switches into. So I know that it's now Volt Absorb and not Water Absorb because it took the hit, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and burn Lantern too, because why not? Honestly, Toxic would have been nice right here, and there's a few spots later on in the match where Toxic would have been pretty helpful. He's going to go ahead and Volt Switch out. Kind of what I expected. I expected either that or like a Thunderbolt, but Volt Switch is the most obvious choice. He can always switch into something else if I decide to switch out, because I mean, why would a Rotom want to stay in on a Lantern? Usually it's not going to, but I did this time because I felt it was safe-ish. He goes for the Stealth Rocks. I'm going to go ahead and hit this Mew with a Will-O-Wisp, and this is a mistake I made here. I shouldn't have done that. I was just thinking, man, I just want to get some chip damage off. I figure he's doing all this switching, and I haven't set up my rocks yet. He's got his rocks up, so I might as well just stay in and start getting as much chip damage going as possible. And I guess it does work out a little bit. Mew's taking some chip damage, Klefki has, and Lantern has. They're all taking a little bit of chip damage here and there, which is kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and switch out, though. I don't want to stay in on this Mew with Rotom. I figure that a U-turn is coming, and this would be good. But it's not a U-turn, it's a Thunder. It's 70% accurate move. He hits it. He hits the Thunder, and it kills me. Kills Skarmory. I did not see that coming at all. I was almost 100% sure he was going to U-turn there. He got his rocks up. Why not U-turn into something more useful? And he goes for the Thunder, and he hits it, and he kills Skarmory. And that sucks, because I needed Skarmory to deal with Snorlax. I needed Skarmory to set up rocks to get rid of his rocks. There was a lot of plans for Skarmory there, and it's just gone. Just gone right at the beginning of the match. But I bring in Ambipom. He's going to go ahead and switch into Klefki. I kind of actually predicted this switch as well. Which is why I went for Switcheroo. I got rid of his Light Clay, gave him a Choice Scarf. I figured he'd have to choose something here. Now, I'm just going to hit him with a U-turn and get out, because I know that he's probably going to want to set up a Reflect, and I don't want Ambipom in there because it's a physical attacker. So I'm just going to go ahead and send in Rotom again. He's just going to keep taking chip damage, and I can hit him with a Hydro Pump if needed. He goes for the Foul Play, though, which is kind of an interesting move on his part. I guess maybe he doesn't have Reflect or something, but Rotom here doesn't have any attack IVs or EVs, so it's not going to take very much damage at all. In fact, its leftovers, it's keeping it alive pretty well. The burn's hurting a bit, but that's all right. It's gonna wear us down from turn to turn, but we're okay for now. And he's just gonna go ahead and switch into Snorlax here. I go for the Hydro Pump, trying to get some more chip damage on Klefki. Snorlax avoids it. Snorlax is a giant Pokemon, and it avoids a Hydro Pump, unfortunately. But that's all right. So we're taking some burn damage now, and I'm thinking I want to get this thing burned. It's a physical attacker, but he avoids the attack, and at that point I realized that this was a mistake. I should not have stayed in, and I should not have tried to burn it, because he can just rest it off. Resting off a burn is easy as pie. and I knew that Rotom really does not stand a chance in this situation. I really needed Skarmory here so I could set up a taunt. But I also can't really switch out of Rotom because I don't want anything else to get hit by Snorlax right now. I know that if I let Rotom go down, I can bring Blaziken in on a free switch. And, you know, he's going to have to switch because he's going to expect the Choice Scarf. He's going to expect a high jump kick. He knows what's coming, and it's going to hurt pretty badly here. So he has to switch and go into the Mew. But I also couldn't go for the knockoff just in case. Because if he did stay in with Snorlax, it possibly would have killed Blaziken there. I'm actually going to miss my high jump kick and take a lot of damage. And then, I mean, this is just really sucky right now. Blaziken's in there. It's taking a lot of damage from missing a high jump kick. And I'm just going to go ahead and send in Celebi here because I don't want to take a fire... Or what didn't I want to take? I don't know what I wanted to take. There was something I didn't want to take from Mew. It might have been that Thunder. Might have predicted the Thunder there, and that's why I went into Celebi. But now I also don't want to take a U-turn from Mew, because that's going to be ×4 effective on Celebi. So I'm just going to pull a double here. Go into Pinsir, because that's the safe play, or so it seems. And I guess he predicts it, and he goes for the Ice Beam. Whew. And he gets the Freeze. So at this point, I knew the match was over. Pinsir was kind of my win condition at this point. I really needed Pinsir to come in, hit this thing with a return, and just kind of start sweeping. But being frozen, it can't do that. And I really have to get the one-turn unfreeze here, if that's even possible. So, of course not. Pinsir's still frozen. Somehow Mew is faster, so maybe I missed gems or something. But it's going to kill Pinsir, and Pinsir's dead. I had to stay in there and hope for it to wake up, because coming out and putting something else in on an Ice Beam wasn't going to be very useful. Something else would just have taken damage. And if Pinsir didn't wake up later, it would have been for nothing. So, had to leave Pinsir in there and try to get that return off. I'm just going to go ahead and bring in Ambipom now. I really don't have much else to do. I'm just going to hit him with a Fake Out. I'm no longer choiced, so I can use that Fake Out, and then I can go for something else after if he wants to switch. He goes into the Klefki, which is an obvious choice. If he was expecting a knockoff, that would have been a good choice for him, because then he would no longer have the Choice Scarf. But he's just going to go for the Thunder Wave now, and that really sucks, because that slows Ambipom down a whole bunch. I actually break through Paralysis there, get a knockoff going, knock off that Choice Scarf, which actually ends up being good for me, because now he can use a different move. He doesn't have to switch, and he's going to let Klefki go down. So 100% I am not getting 6-0'd here. Oh, wait, I got paralyzed. But it does. It goes down from the burn, which is nice. So, that's good. Klefki's dead. Definitely not getting 5-0'd. Best feeling I've had all day. So, Garchomp comes in, and it Mega Evolves. And, you know, I must have misread the charts, because I didn't realize he had a Mega Garchomp. I thought it was a regular Garchomp. And then he Mega Evolves, and I was like, oh, crap. He's going to go ahead and do a lot of damage to Ambipom. Ambipom would have been faster, but of course I got paralyzed again. I'm going to take the second Dragon Pulse, and Ambipom's going to go down. It's looking like it's going to be a 5-0 sweep here. I know nothing good can come of this match at this point. I'm going to lose. Right now, I need to bring in Blaziken. I need him to go ahead and switch, thinking that I'm Scarfed, but he just goes to the Earthquake. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. I couldn't have killed him, even if I was Scarfed. He makes the good play, kills Blaziken, and all that's left is the Onion Fairy here, I believe. There might be one other thing, but this match is not going well. He has the Fire Blast, and he hits it. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a Giga Drain. I was thinking I could actually heal off some of that damage, but I realize it does so little there, it's not even worth it. In fact, Psychic would have been worth it to go for instead, but he also had Leg Stream up, which I didn't realize at the time. He goes to another Fire Blast. It's going to do a lot. Not take me out, though. I'm going to go for the Psychic. Going to do a whole bunch of damage to this Garchomp, and it's not enough. So, I'm going to die here to an Iron Head, and that's going to be the match. Good game to Cykomore. I kind of wish it hadn't been so hacksy. That's the way it goes sometimes, you know. He's a really good battler. I think he was like the second best. He had the second best record in the league. He was doing really good. I think he definitely had to be a favorite for the finals. It's kind of too bad that he had to play under the radar because I think they were both top favorites to go into the finals and play each other. Pokemon, obviously, another good battler who made it to the finals. So, anyways, that's the way it goes. He is now the third place victor of the P4G Season 1. So, congrats to him. Thank you for the match, man. I did enjoy it, even if I was hacked out of it. That's the way it goes. You know, you can't control hacks. I'm not upset over it. Nobody else should be. You know, I've had matches that are hacksy, and it's just part of the game. You know, you just kind of have to live with it. Kind of sucks when it happens, but that's the way it is. Anyways, go check them out, guys. And I will be back some other time with either some more League content or Sun and Moon content. So, guys, peace out, and I will see you then.